Hello, family. Welcome to my first teaching slash sharing my ascension journey video. I will make a few little disclaimers. First of all, I'm extraordinarily nervous, so please excuse any jitteriness or any stuttering or awkwardness because honestly, I never saw myself doing anything along these lines. I'm probably one of those people that preferred to walk around with a paper bag over my head and not be seen most of my life. So, to be doing this and putting it on YouTube, it's kind of like, whoa. I've just finished having a little bit of a panic attack as my guide said, it's time, baby. I'm like, is it really? It's time, okay. So, to introduce myself, my name is Raina. I have been officially aware of my ascension journey since about 2016, and kind of surrendered my 3D life to bury myself in my spirituality, and I've been blessed enough to have the circumstances to allow me to do that. So, I have been told by my guides it is now time to use everything from the day I was born through to now, what I have learnt, the wisdom that's been provided to me by my team, things like that, and also part of my healing journey. Um, I've been told that I'm a healer and a teacher, so part of being a healer is to heal yourself and then share that journey, warts and all, with other people so that they can see the light and realize that, hey, if Raina can do it, no matter how hard it's getting for me, I'm sure I can fucking climb up the side of this wall and I can get up there too. And that is my intention, my hope for these videos. So, having said that, I am a tarot reader as well, so I will just purely to start with, because I feel a little bit lost and out of my depth right now. Although my guides are kind of like, they've got their hands on my shoulder going, relax, breathe, you got this. I can't help but be a little anxious, so please excuse that. So, as a guide on what they would like me to talk about, I've actually got 3 sets of cards here, a tarot set and some oracle decks. So I will use them as a guide just to sort of help me along and what my guides would like you to know. But I have been also told that I need to share with you that Jesus, aka Yeshua, is one of my guides. He's the main one for these teaching videos that would like to come through and share information and share healing and things like that. But I'm also guided by the goddesses and pretty much all the 144,000 deities. They are my siblings. So, hey, I have given them all permission to come through and channel through me as required. So, yeah, let us begin. I will clear this deck and see what the initial sort of message is, what we can elaborate from in this video. So yeah, as I had said, please bear with me. So I'm already seeing the sacral chakra. So sacral chakra, let's talk about that. It's the center of creativity. It's also even your emotional center. Okay, also sexual energy, reproductive, but sexual energy is creative energy. Yeah, like the act of creation is what the divine does. So it's almost like everybody trivializes it and makes it all about, oh, it's all about getting it on. No, it's not. Actually, sexual energy is also creative energy. And a lot of people in the ascension path will tell you that if you can refrain from being with a partner and being celibate for extended periods, it actually boosts your creativity, it boosts your abilities to manifest and things like that. It's quite wild. So these are all just little things that I've picked up along the way that I feel are relevant to me having spotted the sacral chakra card. So, yes, well, what do we have? Oh my god. I have a whole bunch of cards that are flipped up, and I just got told to take all of them. Am I tripping? Sorry. Am I tripping? You want me to talk about all of these? This is the guideline of our thing today. So, we've got number 4, the heart chakra. Okay, lots of healing required, I just heard. For a lot of us, we've been going through endings and conclusions of long term contracts. And not even long term contracts. We could have had soulmates in our lives that have come into our life and, like, oh my God, this is like heavenly. It's like you've known me all my life. Oh my goodness. It's amazing. It's so magnetic and magical. But all of a sudden, it's like, poof, somebody switched the light off on that. That's usually like a past life soulmate or a karmic debt. Like a lot of people are talking about karmics. I've personally had an experience with a friend of mine recently that's being brought to mind where she's only just beginning to ascend, but she's been quite an aware soul throughout her life, and she's a very gentle, loving being. But she has a connection in the workplace where this person is undermining her reputation and her credibility with the boss deliberately. And there's a weird dynamic playing out there. But when I was speaking to her, my guides actually were able to let me know that what was playing out with her and that dynamic was that this person is actually an ex-husband or wife from a past life, where there was a lot of competition and rivalry, where one person always had to be like, oh, I make more money than you, I've got nicer friends than you, and da, da, da. I'm sorry, in a relationship, friendship, familyship, partnership, anything, it should be an equal exchange. It should be about what each brings to the table. It's not about what you can get from the other. That's very low vibrational and third dimensional behavior. And considering these videos are starting post the 21st, the grand conjunction, the galactic alignment, where we have shifted up in consciousness as a collective, okay? So I don't believe in coincidences. There are no such thing as coincidences, only synchronicities. There's all just little checkpoints of, hey, you're going the right way. And even if you have a detour, you will always be brought back to where you're supposed to be. That's one thing I've had to learn the hard way on my ascension journey, is if you feel like you've made a wrong decision and you made a little detour, it doesn't matter. You're going to come back to that crossroads at some point in time, and you're going to have an opportunity to prove to the universe that you have actually learnt that lesson and you can actually move on. But that's only if you do the healing. The relevance of the heart chakra card being in my hand. So what else do we have to tell you about this? As I said, healing is really important right now. It's actually vital. So for a lot of us, we're trying to tune into fifth dimensional, high vibrational energies and frequencies and ways of being. But if our heart chakra is bogged down in the pain and the heaviness and the lack of forgiveness and the inability or the perception of the inability to forgive, because there is nothing in this world that's unforgivable. It depends on you, whether you are willing to forgive it. What level of healing are you willing to undertake? How deep down into that ocean are you going to dive to get this crap that is the gunk, the darkness around the outside edge of your heart chakra? How much effort are you going to do? Like, how much effort are you going to put in to actually dig yourself out from underneath that mountain of emotional gunk that you've stuck yourself under? Like that's truly what it is. I saw something on TikTok the other day where it was like, yeah, you think it's great times, it's time for hard work. And this is the kind of hard work, inner work. All right. It's not about, we all have to go out there and lift mountains and move rocks and start chiseling away at things. No. Okay. The only way to change the world around you is to change your inner world, and your heart is the biggest aspect of your inner world. All right, so for this to have come up first in this video, from my understanding of what this is needed, why it's needed now, it makes perfect sense, okay? And I just got to read the meaning from the book also, just for those of you that are not familiar with chakras. If you don't understand what they are, they're basically energy centers that are within your body, and they dictate certain different types of energies that you hold within your emotional, mental, or physical realm, let's call it, okay? But let's, as my guides are telling me, they're driving the boat here, so I'll just listen. So I'll hold that card up for you. And it says, the color is green, the sound. So if you would like to do a chant or like a meditation, put on some really nice, 528 hertz, I just heard, solfeggio frequencies. Find something that, something that you like. There's a lot out there. Oh my goodness, there's a lot. Just put 528 hertz into YouTube and Lord, you've got pages and pages. Like, go through it. Find whatever you like that you are drawn to. It doesn't have to be the first thing that you see. Be fussy, okay? Ask your guides to guide you to the most beneficial, most healing one for you. Also, in the description box or in the comments of this video, I will upload. I have I think it's a 21-minute version and a 1-hour version of the chants for the chakras, chakra chants. So that's actually relevant as well, because with the chakra chants, it helps you heal those chakras and balance those chakras. So even if like you have a busy schedule, you were to listen to that 21-minute version in the morning while you're getting ready, that's a really nice way to balance and center yourself before you go out there in the world and get bombarded with all these energies of other people's moods, expectations, desires, fears, anxiety, all of that, which is very much going around at the moment. With the global climate, staying in your heart and staying balanced is really important, guys. Okay. I am very blessed that I have a very isolated life, and I've been able to sort of like focus more on my spirituality than anything else. I don't have many people in my life. I don't have much going on. So it makes it easier for me to like maintain my sacred space and keep calm and centered and sort of like really be focused on stuff. But I understand there's a lot of people out there that are actually maintaining jobs and have kids and things like that, and you're ascending rapidly, and it's just like, oh, how do I do this? And like, to those of you that are doing that, you have all my respects. That's all I can say. But I will continue reading from the book because I'm being told to do that. So the element of the heart chakra is air. It dictates the thymus gland. So for some of you, if you have imbalances in your heart chakra, people don't realize you can actually have physical imbalances as well. So if you've had any issues with your thymus, it's possible that your heart chakra is out of balance. And if you start doing things like chants every day, like even if you're like doing something as simple as like walking to work, while you're walking, chant yum, yum, yum the whole time, okay? And just keep doing it. And it's almost like a hum. I'm not explaining this properly, but when you listen to the video, you'll understand how it works. And there is a 3-letter word sound, basically, that goes for every single chakra. And there's 7 of them that are the main ones that sort of dictate our everyday lives, basically. And I'm not an expert on this, so please don't go, like, jumping down my throat. I'll just say that right now, because I'm sure there's people out there that know way more than me in regards to chakras. So I'm simply telling you what I've learned in my training as a Reiki practitioner, as well as what my guides are telling me and what I've personally learned in my journey so far. Okay, so just putting it out there. All right, so the main message here is that parallel to the heart, this chakra represents unconditional love, compassion, harmony, relationships, and healing. It's believed to be the link between your mind, body, and soul. Balancing this area may take a while, but you should allow all the time that you need so the healing energy can get through and flow freely. By loving yourself and others, as well as learning forgiveness, there's another synchronistic word, you'll become more attuned with spirit. There you are. Okay, so I feel like that kind of sums it up, and I will put that card away. Yeah. Yes, that's enough love. All right, so yeah, heart chakra is interesting. Now, what else do we have? Firm foundation. Building firm foundations in the physical world, okay? This deck is the Psychic Tarot deck from John Holland. So it's interesting that they've told me to use this because this is a very in-depth deck. It's got all the chakras. It also has the major arcana deck cards, but it also has 4 different sections for the physical world, the spiritual, mental, and emotional. So this particular card is for the physical world, and I'm going to actually give you the meaning here because I believe the whole point is to sort of use this as a guide. And please excuse my awkwardness again, because it's the first time I'm doing this and I never expected to be doing this. So there's my blocks and my fears sort of manifesting and speaking themselves out. So I'm just going to ask the universe to disregard my antsiness now that I've decided to take my leap of faith and jump into the 13 minutes into it. I will have no choice but to upload this video. And yeah, I hope it does help people. Okay, you get on with it. All right, so number 4, firm foundation. Let's find out what my guys want about this. So it says, this card denotes that you have already or are currently working toward establishing a solid foundation in the material world. Using good judgment and heeding lessons from the past concerning financial matters will assist you in laying a firm groundwork. By doing so, security will have a better chance of building in the future. Yeah. Personally, I haven't been the best in building foundations in the in the material world in the last 4 years because my focus has been so much on my spiritual growth. Abundance and things like that haven't really been the thing. It's been more like, I want to climb the mountain. Yeah, I just wanted to get to the top of that mountain for myself, really. Anyway, back to the card. It says, the material power that's now around you can either be an advantage or a disadvantage, depending on how you respond to it. Don't let your current position determine who you are. Remember to give back and prime the pump of prosperity, for the spiritual and material wealth is as much about giving as it is about receiving. Seek proper investment advice and realize that you don't have to hold on to your positions too tightly. Just be flexible and allow things to continue to flow. Okay, there is, once again, no coincidence, massive synchronicity, where this is about giving and receiving, the law of receptivity. If you want good things in life, you need to give good too. Like random acts of kindness and an attitude of gratitude will transform a person's life very, very, very fast. And considering I'm recording this video on the 26th of December, Australia time, which is Christmas for half the world, a time of giving and receiving, it very much is. It's like we are coming into a more prosperous and more positive time on this planet as a whole, as a consciousness, okay, as a conscious collective. We are. And it's a beautiful time, because as long as you're tuning into the love frequency that's blanketing the earth right now, and tuning into that unity consciousness and the greater good of all, and how can I create my abundance in a way where I am of service to others and to Mother Gaia and to the greater good, and to try and heal this planet and to uplift humanity and to bring good things into it. This is why so many light workers, starseed, indigos, crystal, all of those people that identify with all these labels, they're all feeling drawn and called to start serving in a bigger way. Like, this is my bigger way of serving. My guides have been telling me for weeks now is that I chose a particularly difficult contract and to experience certain emotional things in my life so that I could grow up at 40 and share certain things with you guys so that it can help other people. Okay. Just to give you a little rundown, I have dealt with bullying from siblings, parents, friends, partners, narcissism. I've dealt with basically every kind of abuse you can deal with. Uh, also married at 23, divorced by 30. A very strict Hindu upbringing, born Hindu, forged mummy's signature at 9 years old to get baptized in the Seventh-day Adventist Church at school in secret, because I was called to or drawn to. And, at 9, you're pretty much in tune with your own soul. So my desire to connect with Jesus or to be close to him or work with him was very much alive at a very young age. And my life has allowed me to sort of get there slowly. Not sure if you can actually see that, because he's one of my main guides. I've actually got a little the Hierophant picture at the end of my bed, so that at any time I need to connect with him, I can do that. And it's basically where you just stare at the 3 dots that are near his nose area, and you stare at those dots for about 30 seconds, and then you close your eyes and you can actually see an image of him. And it's very easy to connect with him when you do that. So I have a feeling he'd like you guys to know that Hierophant image. You can actually Google it. It's Hierophant. I think it's called a Hierophant ink blot. Google it, download it, print it out, stick it somewhere if you'd like to connect with Jesus, if you're feeling called to be a healer. Definitely. Okay, he's the greatest healer known to humankind. I was going to say humanity, but then humankind came out, so whatever. All right. My guides, my loves. Anything else to say on this subject? No? Next card? Okay. So now, as we have said, healing is really important at this time. And also building firm foundations. Firm foundations on a equal, balanced give and take, yeah? Because partnerships and alliances are going to become very, very important. I just heard soul tribe. A lot of us are going to start connecting with our true soul tribe, okay? Going back to your original origins. I know there are a lot of people out there that, resonate with certain starseed origins. However, I used to resonate with Pleiadian earlier on in my ascension journey. I've also realized that I may have had Arcturian and Orion lifetimes. I've also now very much realizing that my original soul origin was Lyran. And I was like, what? Wow. So this rabbit hole that you jump down with your ascension can be quite an interesting ride, but it's worth it. It's definitely worth it. So I'm going to quickly read the messages here, but looking at this, Soul Tribe is coming into our life, and it's almost like so family commitments, connections, things like that. Twin flame unions are imminent at this time, guys. There has been a lot of intervention from the dark. I can vouch for that. I've had 13 months of hell that I've just gone, I'm out. Not out, but like I've just kind of decided to stand in my power and just go, I know the truth, and I'm going to stand in my truth, and the universe will deliver what is mine to me when it is destined to deliver it to me. Okay, it's just how it works. I've kind of surrendered my attachment to any outcome because my guys are always telling me we humans, we have a major attachment to outcomes. We invest ourselves too much in an outcome, and that's why we fall flat on our face and we get so disappointed and we get so hurt because things don't work out. Okay. And yeah, like I'm just going to try and find this card quickly for you guys because I don't want to make these videos really, really long, and also this is my first one, so I don't want to talk too much. All right, so this is in the spiritual body, this card. So this is good. It is spiritual connections, divine connections, I just said. So the card says, meaning of this card denotes that you are now starting to see the fruits of your labor take seed and blossom. There may still be a lot to do, but watch out for synchronicities, which could bring opportunities to form connections or unexpected alliances that may create something new. These could assist you in gathering resources or future projects. There you go, Soul Tribe. There's a lot of, I just said humanitarian projects. So a lot of people have made contracts before we came down here to connect with Soul Tribe and do some amazing, amazing humanitarian work. Whether that's getting clean, fresh water to areas that people don't have that, or eliminating poverty or hunger in third world countries and health related things, or whatever it may be. Okay, there are hundreds and thousands, or actually millions of us out here that are ready to serve, and we are like so ready. As I said, we're ready to serve. I can see people like putting their like rolling their sleeves up, ready to get their hands dirty. Like that's where the collective is at, and this is the thing. Like coming together with these people, sharing what your heart and soul has been like dying to manifest into reality and bring into the world, because it's just like, no, look at this place, like we can do so much better. What are we doing to this planet, guys? Like what are we doing to this planet? Like what? Like can we like wake up a bit? Like, and for those of us that have been thinking that way and feeling that way, it's almost like I've got this massive sense of excitement. It's like, yes, we can do this. That door is just like, it's just cracked open and you can just see the little peak of light. Not long before this is all manifesting for us, guys. Like I can really feel it. Okay, so it says, with all partnerships, always remember that there has to be an even exchange of energy. If you give too much, whereas your partner gives too little, it will leave you feeling energetically drained and cause potential disharmony in the union. There must be overall balance within the alliance in order for it to work and blend together for optimum results. This card reminds you that success comes in many forms, even from the most unlikely sources. Have an open mind when listening to others. Exactly. So this is not necessarily about romantic connections. Like, okay, I did mention twin flames. Twin flames have joint missions to do. Not on all twin flames are going to be romantically involved. Simple fact. Not everybody is signed up to do that. Okay, some people are quite happy with divine counterparts, also mates, and the divine doesn't plan on breaking hearts and destroying families for no good reason. And so, like, depending on who you are and what your personal contract is, you may have a twin or a divine counterpart that comes into your life and you have an amazing connection with, but it's not a romantic thing. It's actually more a what you plan to do for the greater good. And that's a beautiful thing. And some divine masculines are going to get damn insecure because the connection that you're going to have with these people is going to be almost as profound and as deep as you do with your twin. Okay, these are soul connections, soul tribe. You're from the same flame almost, like for those of you that understand the it's not flame, rays. Okay, flame or ray, whatever you call it. For those of you that resonates with, it's almost like these are the people that were built from the same energy. Like the same cluster of stardust was what made us all. We're so similar that we gravitate towards each other, and there's so much love and such beautiful connectivity, and the synergy of energies working together. Like when we all come together, there's a reason why we're a tribe. Okay, when we come together, we make beautiful things happen, and that is the plan, guys. It's almost like no synchronicity that I've got like blue nails. Blue's really not my thing, but it's one of my main guides is color. And he chooses to be unnamed at this time because of certain things that I'll mention in another video possibly. But at this time, let's get on with the sort of the roadmap that we've been given, okay? All right, so passion ignited. I believe this is one for the twin flames. Let's check this one out. It's number 1 too. The beginning of something beautiful. Okay. Passion ignited is also in the spiritual body. So, spiritual connections, I feel like could be some partners coming up for some people. Soul tribe and partners. And there's no coincidence about my guide saying it's going to make some divine masculines insecure. Because, yeah, divine masculine, maybe you haven't been doing so great. And your divine feminine's about to connect with some masculines and feminines who have an equally beautiful bond with her or him. And you're going to have to deal with it, my friend. So, let's read. It says, the first of the spirit cards signifies that this is the time to let your soul soar. New beginnings, ideas, revelations, and exciting adventures await you in your personal or business life. Aha! Creative endeavors, enthusiasm, positive energy, and a renewed spiritual strength are all at an all-time high. The powerful force of spirit is flowing through you, and with it comes a new sense of purpose. Be all that you can be, reach inside and tap into that force. Use it to move forward and set up a strong foundation for the future. Other people may feel your excitement and joy begin to benefit from the spark of life that's emanating from you. They'll wonder what's your secret, and your energy could even ignite their spiritual journey. Wow. Follow your intuition, but know that this is your time to spread your wings and fly. Oh, I just heard shine, shine, shine. Okay. Synchronistic again. Personally, I've had some horrible family get-together events throughout my life where we're just so different. People nitpick at each other. It gets low vibe and grr and passive aggressive, and the claws come out. It gets ugh. So this year, I basically set a massive intention that a major birthday that was coming up was going to be a magical and love-filled and beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day. And I said it, I don't care. It's going to be amazing. Everybody's going to be happy. Everybody's going to be chill. Everybody's going to be in their corner, minding their own business, hanging with whoever they vibe with, and not giving a shit about anything else. And that day, I was so ecstatically happy that my intention manifested for that day, because it was for someone that was very important. It was my niece, who's like my own child. And she was ecstatically happy, and I could just feel the love. I remember the divine like in my ear as I'm walking to go and get a drink. And they were just like, shine, 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 because I was just beaming. And I was literally strutting. Like, as I said, I'm one of those people that preferred to, once upon a time, walk around with a giant paper bag over me and not be seen. I would have preferred to disappear. However, to sort of be beaming like that and not giving a shit, and in a place that full, that was definitely not me. But that was just like, I am the light. I am the love that I want in this world, and I'm going to do that, and I'm going to be that, and I'm going to own that. It's almost like we're all co-creators. We're all gods and goddesses in disguise, having a veil of amnesia put on us before we come down here, and this is not okay. Like, we can't be playing small anymore. It's time to get up and know who you are. Somebody needs to hear that. Know who you are. Remember that. Okay. So, my fins. Anything else to say on that? No. I'm just going to read the rest of these cards for you guys, I believe. No? No, we're not reading the rest. We're talking about the rest. Okay, so what's coming up in the physical world? Number 3, recognition and reward. If any of you that are watching this video follow me on TikTok, there's actually a reading I did where there's 3 of Pentacles at the bottom of the screen, which is the foundation energy. And this is basically, it's like recognition, realizations, people seeing you for your worth. Could be in the workplace, because it is the physical world, but it can also be people in your family or your twin, even sort of finally seeing you in your true light of who you are, because you've only just sort of stood up on your throne and you started shining. Okay. I really feel like it's kind of like that. It's what's up with you, like what is up, what is going on? Like, I want what you're having. What is it that you've done with yourself, or what is it about you that is so good? Like, it's almost like people seeing you in a very different light. The recognition of the light that is now starting to shine through you because of the fact that you've sort of gone within and you're embracing your healing and you started sort of working on yourself, because you kind of realize, hang on, every time I try and fight the universe and bash up against this wall and say, no, I don't like this, I want things to be different, the universe just goes, nah, tough shit, deal with it. It's That's been the story of my life. I used to feel so helpless, and I used to feel like, oh, everything's working against me. But it's early awakening thing. It's almost like you feel like you're a victim to things, but you kind of realize once you get into learning about chakras and energy fields and things like that, is the energy you put out is what you get back. And if you're going through a hard time in life, it's probably because you're repaying karma from a lifetime where you are an absolute turd, and the veil of amnesia makes it sucky that you don't remember who you were in that life and why you deserve what you're getting right now. Okay, and I know I'm gonna trigger people. I'm gonna have people wanting to knock my head off for that. I don't care. Something I had to suck up and learn as part of my ascension. I have had very unpleasant dynamics in my life, but I used to feel sorry for myself and what's wrong with me? What's wrong? It's not wrong with me. It's what's wrong with them, or it's karma. There are very simple explanations to things in life sometimes, but until you're able to see the wisdom or the bird's eye view, let's just say that, it doesn't help. And that's how my higher self used to teach me, like early ascension. Every time I used to get sad or start feeling sorry for myself, I'd be like, why is this happening to me? Like, zoom out. Zoom out. What do you mean, zoom out? Okay, right now you're lying on the floor in the middle of the mess and you're feeling sad and you're like, oh, it's so sad. I hate everything. If you get off your knees and you stand up and you look at it from above, you can see the mess in a more clearer way. Yeah, like from a higher perspective, like a bird's eye view. So that was how they quite literally got me to start shifting my thinking and, sort of being more owning myself in a little way and kind of realizing, hang on, it does take two to tango. I'm not a victim. I'm a contributor to everything. I'm also a co-creator. So maybe I'm not seeing myself worthy of the respect and the love and the good treatment of other people. And maybe I'm not giving myself love and respect and good treatment. That's why other people think it's okay to do it to me. I, when that kind of got here and then made its way down here, like seriously, it's like it will blow the top of your mind when you get this information, and then you'll kind of be like, nah, can't swallow it, doesn't feel right, no. It goes against all of my programming, all my silly beliefs that I was powerless, that I have this victim mentality I just heard. Okay, that attitude, it shifts it for you. It makes you more accountable for how you show up in the world and what you're doing. Okay, if you are constantly thinking negative things and being critical and competitive and negative about people, places, things, like if you never have a positive thing to say ever in regards to anything, you are creating your own shitty outcomes. Okay, because you're always being negative, you're always being low vibrational. If you can never ever think or say anything good about another human being, you can't think or say anything good about yourself either, man. Like, think about it. What you say about another and how you do, like, how you treat other people is exactly how you're treating yourself. Because we ultimately are all one. We all share that same spark of life. We're all made from the same thing. Okay? So, some very deep lessons are coming through today. Wow, I just saw 3331 and then 3333 as I said that. So very much Yeshua and the Ascended Masters have things to share to you for people. And yeah, I don't usually do videos where I come on and put myself on here. I'm actually boiling at this point because the information is flowing. So I'm being shown this card. Harmony, all right? An equal, balanced exchange. Everybody wants this, okay? On earth, everybody wants their happily ever after their person to be, not have to worry about insecurities, them wandering eyes, wandering hands, wondering whatever the hell else. Okay, nobody wants to be worrying about that shit. However, are we worthy of that? Are we giving the other person the same thing? Like, this is all about everything being an inside job. I feel like the people that these messages, like the heart chakra and this is kind of like linked in. It's almost like, hang on, you maybe have been hurt by other people in the past, but if you do not heal that hurt, it festers and it starts getting septic. For those of you that understand it, it's a funky, yucking wound that is getting yucky because you're not healing it. You're not applying anything to take away the infection of the disgusting words and the knives that were put into that wound to create that wound. All you did is put a rug over it. Go, oh yeah, I can't see that. That's fine. Let's go next. You didn't take time to feel what you had to feel or heal what you had to heal. And you will not be able to have this or hold on to this long term unless you heal the stuff that messed you up by the last person. Because all you're going to do is make this person, whoever they are, suffer for the last person's crimes. And that's not okay. So please remember that the next person that's coming, because I feel like for a lot of people there's stuff coming, but like there's this underlying of energy. Do not let your previous version of you or your previous pain and layers of your healing that are unresolved still cause problems in something beautiful going forward. All right, that's important. Sorry, one second. Wowzers. I really didn't expect this video to go this long or in this direction. Wow. Okay. Moving on is the next card. I just got told I don't want you to read the book. Okay. It's a bit of me sharing what I know about this. This is one of the hardest things that you'll ever do. Okay. In 2016, I thought I met my twin flame. It was magical for like 10 months and it all went boop, overnight. And that's fine. But it was like somebody died for 6 months when it ended. And it was very hard for me to let him go until I actually met my real twin last year and went, what? Whoa, hang on. No, wrong brother. Yeah. However, it was kind of like this thing of like, I was still on, I'm still on, everybody's on a healing journey, okay? It never really ends. We're living in a weird kind of world. So there's stuff that we've all got. But moving on, like understanding that getting an apology is not always possible. Forgiving those people that don't ask for an apology is the hardest thing that you will ever do in this life. But I had to do that. In 2017, I had to actually kind of say, you know what? I don't care what's transpired. I can't hold on to the idea of you. And the relationship concluded in March 2017, but in like November, I finally let him go. And for me to let that person go was one of the hardest things to do. I was able to write a letter and sorry about that, guys. Basically just sort of putting all my feelings into a letter and then burning it. It is one of the most painful, most difficult things that you will have to do. However, it's a powerful healing tool when there is someone that has wronged you deeply. And I actually feel like crying. Like I know there's a lot of sadness in the people's hearts that I'm talking to right now. Okay. There are people that have wronged you deeply and you thought you had a very deep connection with them. However, they have left the swords that they put in your heart and they have walked away and they're making merry and moving the fuck on. Sorry, like it's Christmas. And it's like, why are you sitting there like crying over this person? Why are you wasting your love? Why are you wasting your valuable tears, king or queen, on this turd? Hello? What? Like, seriously, you need to take the time to heal the damage that this person has done. Write them that goodbye letter. Say everything that you have to say, even if it takes 10 fucking pages back to back. It does not matter. This is your way of releasing this, letting it go and going, no, I know who I am. I know what I'm worth. I don't give a shit if you're not strong enough to ask me for an apology. I owe myself the gift of forgiving you and moving on so that I do not have to see you or be haunted by your memory or allow myself to be mistreated or disrespected or degraded the way that you did. Okay? I grabbed my mouth because it's like, oh, that was definitely challenging. It's like, whoa. It's like, who was that? Sorry. I'm still getting used to my gifts, guys. But there are times when I'm kind of like, I'll say something and be like, that wasn't me. So for whoever that is for, like, I feel you, okay? I've had my fair share of narcissistic breakups. And it's not easy to let go of a narcissist because a narcissist will take a very strong person, they'll break them down and make them weak, a husk of a fucking human being, and then they'll leave them for dead and treat them like shit. And that's the hard part, is when you've been a strong person torn down by a narcissist, and then you get back up off the floor by yourself. A way to fucking get that little shit's weight or that chain that's around your ankle, around your neck, whatever the hell you want to say, from this person that isn't coming back, that never really deserved you. You have the power to release. You have the power to cut it. Do it. Do that letter. Okay. Ask your guides. Ask Jesus, and all of your guides to be with you when you do it. Okay. Clear your space. Clear your mind. Have some crystals around you if you have. Okay. Rose quartz and amethyst. Two of my favorite crystals ever. They just have a beautiful energy. Amethyst is very spiritual. Rose quartz is very loving. So when you're going through painful time, and Labradorite, I don't know why, I find it very soothing to my heart because it's a green crystal. For those of you that do not know it, I'm going to do a little demo. Where is my Labradorite, baby?